So, hi.
How's it going?
Finally, we
I
did a
know.
podcast.
What is it, like episode 7?
7.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it right on the dot.
Remember when we first bought those mics and we went to the whole house? It was an old man, and we're what do you say? We bought those mics and then we bought some other devices and we never got to use them.
Dude, we bought so much
This
crazy shit back in the day that we never thought was going to, like, come
this was
through.
the missing piece to the puzzle. Remember, I bought a little device and I used it to record the video, but it didn't like fully catch like the audio. You can hear it. You can't even hear this. All you can hear was just fucking like cutting off pretty much.
No, it's dope. Like, I mean, you can really play with the settings.
There you go. So in the next apartment that we're getting, we're gonna have a room for like a third room, and that third room I want to make it a podcast room. So I was gonna tell you that I wanna. Have you ever seen that podcast crew called Bueno Bueno?
No, I
So
haven't.
they have like a room, and one side there's two chairs, where I want you and Ramsey to be, and then the other guy, his name's Saul. He has his own chair and he has another camera. So like I kind of want to decorate the room and I have kind of like have it like that, and have you guys, and I wanted you to be part of the team. So now that you can be part of it, you guys, we can come and record together, us three.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be like more, I want to say more entertaining, more people, and just to get that flow going. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So.
I feel you. Get our little TikToks going.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
On my last
Finally
day.
made it. Oh, my God. Today was your last day. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, bro, I feel
A little insider. Me and Jesus have known each other for like the longest time, but I think it's just crazy because I've never had a homie where we've worked together. He's ended up getting another job, and then I stayed at the same job, ended up leaving that job, and boom, we run into each other again. But now you're leaving, so you
stop
just
for
kind
it, made
of
me cry.
ruined that streak. But go on.
I know it's you know us. You know we became a lead man at a shop, and we just wanted to keep growing. And it felt like I wasn't gonna grow there. I felt like I wasn't gonna get the position I want. I know it takes time to work for it, but fuck, I'm not even there no more. There was like no like lack of discipline, lack of communication. There's no game plan throughout the day. People just come in, they wander off. It's just like it wasn't something for me to grow with. And I thought it was like from the beginning when I brought like recommended everybody to come. It just felt like it wasn't. It felt like it was going, but it went downhill.
Well, like, look, the way I see it, those jobs, even like our last line of work, they're just like a way like in the door. It's just like a foot in the door. That's how those jobs are. You know, you're not really gonna go anywhere. Those types of companies already have who they want in their set places. They don't want nobody else to progress. You know, and the minute that someone starts like rebelling against it, well, then you got problems there. So I mean, really,
And
like
then
the objective is you kind of want to work on your own, like be your own boss. You know.
Yeah, and then just my mentality was I just didn't feel for a while. I just didn't feel like I was belonging there. You know what I mean? And for me, yes, it's more experience under my belt. I can put that on my resume. But I wanted to keep growing. I wanted to keep, okay, what's the next step? What's the next plan? And I don't want to be there for the rest of my life. I couldn't handle another year there. Maybe if I could, if I was like, fuck it, I can't find anything else. But when this opportunity came, it's like, you know what? I want to teach students. I know I can handle it. My dad's a teacher, and like not to follow his steps, but to get the opportunity, like I know someone who does that, and someone I can come to and like ask for advice. He can show me how to be a teacher. He can give me notes how to teach students welding. Like I don't feel like it's gonna be hard no more. I feel like it's gonna be a lot easier for me to go to someone and talk to them about welding, and they can show me like, all right, this is what I do with the kids, do it to them. And I already have some ideas of what he does, and I can't wait to teach so I can teach them. And I've always felt like I was a good trainer when it comes to welding. Like I trained old man Jose, and look what he came to. You know, he was like a whole ass lead man. But to teach someone like that, and he got it all like within the week, it's all right, cool. I think I could teach. Obviously, I don't know what it's like to teach like other students. You know, like I never been in that situation. But we had a crew, and we were leading to them. Now it's like I have a whole ass class, so I was like, fuck, all right. Now I gotta All right, students, guys, welcome everybody.
No, dude, that job taught me so much patience, like being a lead there. Oh my God. Because when I was first learning how to train people, I'm not very good with that. Like, I'm not very good with like slow learning people. I'm very impatient. I'll admit that. I'm very impatient. My girl tells me that all the time. But like, I don't know. I mean, me working there, like I said, I mean, I was a bit of an asshole when I started because, like, I mean, I was
You
just
still
so,
are.
thank you. It's just so caught up in trying to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, learn the role and, not make yourself look bad. And, anybody that does make you look bad, now all of a sudden, there's an issue there. And, well, now coming out of that and in this new place that I'm at, well, it's a lot better because I don't have to play that role. I don't got to be that guy. It's just more chill. I got to just go in, do what I got to do. And I still have a role of leadership at this job, but,
Yeah, you still have like
it's just more chill.
that
Like,
position that's just higher from the ones you're at right now. You're like not there yet, but you're like in the middle. So like I know what you mean. And I told you the other day too, like I mean, knowing you for what, for like almost 6 years, to see where you came from and, from the bottom up, not bottom, but I mean like to know where you came from and to be where you're at right now is like you're slowly improving. And I gotta admit your welds weren't that pretty back then, but now you're like a badass welder. So I was like, okay, you know what? Hector can get down.
and no, I think it's pretty crazy because you went to school to weld, right?
Yeah.
Welding was never in my plans at all. It just came to me. Dude, a couple years back, I was the type of kid that I had 9 W-2s at one point in that year. 9 different jobs. And it was just because I never liked what fucking the boss would tell me, or maybe I had another type of beef with the fucking coworker, or I just didn't like the way they ran the company. Something stupid. Or just the job was just a waste of time.
What was your first job? Tell me your jobs list till now.
Dude, my first job. Oh, my job resume goes on for like ever. My first job, I worked at Peter Piper Pizza. Yeah, so I started off as the pizza maker, and then I noticed that. Well, I wanted to get into the game room because I was like, oh, like that's like a way better place, like an area to work. So I ended up trying to like beg for that position and ended up working my way into there. Got out of the kitchen because it was less messy. So I was like, all right, cool. After that, come to find out that the dough people made more money. So I was like, oh shit, I want to be a little dough boy. So I ended up getting the job there. Ended up like a little prep area, just doing the dough. I ended up leaving that job, and that's when my little resume of jobs started going on. I ended up working at car dealerships. I was actually a door-to-door salesman for vacuums at one point. Yeah, dude, it was pretty crazy for the Curry, if any of you ever heard that. Yeah, it's a pretty dope ass vacuum. It could like wash your floors, did tile. It would undrain and unclog your toilet. A vacuum. That was pretty dope. Anyways,
Nice.
just little things like that. I used to work at car auctions. I used to work
And
at
the auction? I don't know that.
yeah. So like I used to work at a Manhattan Auto Auction right here and right here in Phoenix. So like just basically moving the cars around, I would drive them through, and the people that would like the auctioneer, he would just go around. You know how they talk all fast? Yeah, he would just go around saying the car that I was driving, and I would just drive through, get the next car, do it again.
That was your third job?
That was actually like what, my 5th job, my 3rd job. My 3rd job. What was I doing? I think that's when I was selling the vacuums. That was my 3rd job. And that was like, one of those jobs I told you I was just wasting a lot of time. After that, after my little job list there, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get back into school. Because I was never good at school growing up. So, you know how it is. It's either school or work. Pick one. And so I was caught up in the money at the time in high school. So I started leaving the studies behind. Pretty stupid, but, it is what it is.
During high school?
Yeah, during high school, when you get a job and you start paying attention more to work than actual schoolwork, you just start caring more about money. Oh, I'm making a little money here. I can start buying myself these things. I can start going out with my friends, this and that. So you stop paying attention to your studies, you start picking up more hours at work, and you're kind of stuck there. You kind of just made a decision for yourself there.
It comes addicting, huh?
Yeah, like in a sense, because
You're just like you're like in that fucking mood, like all right, I just want to work, I can make money. It seems easy, but you don't realize it until you have to have bills. Your whole taxes comes in, and adult responsibilities at a high school level. Like
Oh,
you can't
dude,
handle that.
I remember when I was in high school, I begged to be like 18, 20 already, you know, to be able to do that stuff. And you know what? It was all for like stupid shit. It was all just to like, you know, go buy alcohol or just, you know, be out later than I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could tell me nothing. And now that I'm like that age, I'm like, you know,
You look back and you're
I
like,
just
what
like,
the fuck?
damn, I miss being a kid. It really hits you when you got to pay rent. Like, it really does.
Yeah. What was your first car in high school?
It was actually funny. So, my first car, my stepdad got it for me. And I didn't know he got it for me. So, at the time, he ended up buying, it was a 96 Toyota Corolla. It was an old car, but it was clean. Like, the paint was clean, the interior was
Bro,
clean.
$20 full tank all weekend?
Dude, literally. But at the time, being a kid, I was like, nah, I want to go fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but I wasn't like that at that time. I had just got my license and I was so eager to drive because my parents would never let me drive.
What age did you get your license?
When I was 16.
16?
Yeah, so when I was 16, I got my license. I got to do the test and everything passed, but I didn't have a car. So any opportunity that my parents would leave the house to drive, I would offer to drive, but they never let me drive because my mom has this thing about she hates being the passenger because she gets sick. She gets car sick.
Yeah.
I think she's lying to me, but you know, whatever. I couldn't argue. But anyways, there was this one time they were trusting me little by little more with the car. So there was this one time I wanted to go to McDonald's with the homies, right?
Oh, you told me this.
So I had lied to my parents. I was like, hey, I left my textbooks in my locker, right? And I was a sophomore at the time. And it was like 7 at night. I don't know why the fuck they believed me. But yeah, 7 at night, forgot my textbooks. Oh, I'm gonna just go to school and get them. Like the school's open.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I was like, hey, can I borrow the car to go get him? I really need him to do this assignment. Are you sure it's to go get your textbooks? You're not gonna go anywhere else? You're not gonna pick anybody else up? I'm like, nah. You know how you're telling me, like, nah. Yeah. So
You convinced them somehow.
yeah, oh yeah. And I wasn't really doing nothing bad at the time, so like
Yeah.
it was just more easier. Sorry, mom. But
She's probably gonna watch it and be
she's
like,
gonna watch this. She's gonna be like, "Ay, mijo." Anyways, but yeah, they throw me my pops throws me the keys, and he's like, "Be quick." I was like, "Oh yeah." Got in the car. First thing I did, hit up the homies. Hey, got the car. Let's go to McDonald's, right? And we lived down the street from McDonald's, right? It was not even like 3 minutes, which I think is still insane to this day.
it's crazy how like, I know what you're gonna say. I know the story, but people are like, what's gonna happen?
Just my fucking luck. Yeah, but we get in the car, pick up the homies. The homies live like a couple houses down. So jump in the car real quick, and then now we're heading onto the main road. There's 3 lanes, right? And so I'm in the middle lane. There's a car on my right side, but like towards the rear end of the car. Like he's not side by side with me. He's kind of trailing behind me. Well, anyways, I go to speed up, and he speeds up, then slows down. Then he cuts into my lane, right? And at the time, it was my first time driving, so I freaked out, and I thought he was gonna hit me. So I yanked the wheel so damn hard, bro. It's so stupid. I just yanked the wheel, and there was a fucking curb right there. Bro, just the whole tire snapped, the axle snapped. Car spun around after hitting the curb and went into a tree. Yep, went into a tree on my side, on the driver's side. So the driver's side was kind of smashed in. The first thing, like, my friends were like, oh, are you okay? You okay? The first thing I said, fuck the car. I was like, you guys get out of here. Like, because, like, if my parents show up, like, oh, my God, I'm dead, right? They were like, no, we're going to stay with you. I was like, no, get the fuck out of here. So I sent them walking, and they ended up walking home. But those chismosos, they ended up staying, and they were, like, watching from a bush. And I guess I had called my parents when the police came, and they were driving down the neighborhood. And then when they got to me, they were like, was anybody in the car with you? And I was like, no, it was just me. They were like, then how come we saw your 2 friends, like, around the corner hiding by a bush? I was like, and had to play it off. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I texted them that this had happened, so they were going to come check it out. Yeah, anyways, that's how I lost my first car. Anyway, they ended up towing it to the house, right? just, you know, when you, I don't know if you've ever like wrecked your car, but it's just sitting there like mocking you,
Yeah.
like you're not gonna drive it for a fat minute. Yeah, what made things worse was that my pops came up behind me. He was like, "Damn, and this was gonna be yours."
Oh
I was
shit.
like, "No way! If I would have just been patient, I would have had it." But since I just wanted to drive so eagerly, and it was just something dumb like that, you know, like I didn't need to go get that. But being a kid, being impatient,
You know what's funny? I had a Jeep Cherokee in 2001, and my dad had traded. I had a Honda Civic. No, I had a Honda CRX. I can't remember what year it was, but that was my first car, a Honda CRX. No AC, no radio, but stick shift. You know, it has like the little motor.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the best. That was the best thing. And my first job was Chuck E. Cheese. So I would take the back roads and just like fucking Fast and Furious that shit. You know, just that stick shift all the way down the road. And one day my dad was like, "Hey, like, do you want to get another car?" I was like, "I'll sell that one, and we get this one." I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." And he got me a 2001 Jeep Cherokee, and that was like the best. Dude, like to this day, I regret it. I fucking regret it, dude. But that was the best car I had in my whole entire life. Anyways, that Jeep wasn't like off road type. It wasn't just for. It was just for cruising, okay.
Oh, okay.
And I loved the AC, radio, everything was just it was amazing. I really loved the Jeep. I had a homie who lived with me, and his name's Eddie. And we went to the dunes one time, right? And my dad, before I left to the dunes, I told my dad, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Heber Dunes. I'll be right back." And he's like, "Hey, like just be careful with that Jeep. Don't mess around with it. Just, you know, calmado, cruise around." And I was like, "All right, cool." I'm sure he's gonna watch this. And he's gonna remember that time. And anyways, my homie I had another homie who went, and his name's Dito. He was riding his quads, but I was with him in the quad, so I was like following him, you know, just riding too, because I knew how to ride. And my homie, before I left, he was like, "Hey, can I ride around the Jeep?" And I was like, "Yeah, but like just be careful, right?" And I go up this hill and I go around and I see that fool just whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, no fucking way, dude. He's in those whoopies like in dunes.
Oh, okay.
And you could just see him like fucking just going like that the whole time. And I see his big ass right there in the fucking in the driver's side. And I was like, fuck, dude. And I go down to chase him, but he's going around the fucking dunes. And I'm trying to chase him, but he's like hauling ass. Like you can see the dirt just up in the air. And I'm trying to catch up to him. And I turn around and I see this fool's coming out from the driver's side, from the canal. He flipped over.
Oh.
And on the passenger side, he had someone there. So there was two people in my Jeep. And he comes out like he's just fucking coming out the door. And I get off the quad. I'm just like, fuck, dude, my Jeep. And then when I said that, I saw them coming out. So I went to go help them out. There was a girl in the Jeep too. It was her friend. And they both came out, and he was like, "Jesus, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry." And I was like, "Dude, don't worry about it." But I was looking at my Jeep like, "Fuck, dude, my dad's gonna fucking kill me."
Dude, I don't even know what I would have said.
I was fucking scared for my dad, dude. And my dad, I'm sorry, pa, pero he came hauling ass in a fucking truck. Just fucking grab that shit. He hauls that Jeep, pulls it out, and he's like, "Get it home yourself." And I was like, fuck. So I can't remember who took me home. But I remember getting there, and I didn't speak to my dad the whole entire day and night, and till the next day. And I want to say like a couple of days later, he was like, "It's just a truck, don't worry about it." So my homie's dad ended up paying for the Jeep, and long story short, I got another car, this and that. But that was my favorite Jeep, dude. Like I would trade any car for that Jeep again. Because Jeeps these days are like the best ones to have. Especially 2001 for the one I had. Mm-hmm. But just to like see in my own eyes, my Jeep inside the canal flipped over, and I'm just like, fuck, dude, my dad's gonna kill me.
See, I don't know. I've never had a flip over like that. I think the only time I felt like that was remember when you and George pulled up and I crashed a Subaru?
Oh, dude, yeah. I remember
so
that.
I was just standing there like, fuck.
Yeah,
I was like,
that.
No way. And it was when I was going to show George the fucking rims, too.
Yeah, and George had just came from his trip.
We were all going to hang out that day.
Yeah, and you was like, "Hey, bro, can you come pick me up?" And I was like, "What happened?" I got into an accident. And we're like, "No fucking ways. Are you good?"
Sleep
all right, stay there.
As a bitch.
And that's when we showed up to that. I remember that day, the night. We were right there.
Dude, that day was so fucking scary. Oh, no, but back to the cars. Like, I feel you on like your first car, you know, like It's just cars off the street will never compare to like cars of the dealership, bro. Like honestly, for like everybody out there, if you fucking have a car from the street And when I say that, I mean like you bought it cash money. You don't owe payments on it. That's what I mean from the street. Ride that shit out as long as you can, because honestly, a car payment is not fucking worth it. Not during this time. And it's like, I mean, I've had my fair share of like car breakdowns and, you know, my little memories, my little mementos of my damn cars. But
I remember the Mustang. I remember the Alt. I didn't get in the Maxima, but I remember the Mustang, the Subi, and your Charger.
yeah, see, and then but those were all dealership cars.
Yeah.
See, like before that, I had like a Camry. I had like a 2001 Mustang GT, like convertible top, you know.
Yeah.
Given it was a piece of shit, but that shit, man, I called it the Frankenstein. The Frankenstein. Yeah, because like
The
I
white
brought it
one,
back
right?
to life 3 times.
Yeah.
I've gotten 3 accidents with it, and I've brought it back to life 3 times. Had parts from the junkyard, had parts like just from different like car companies, like just never
Yeah.
gave up on me. And then finally, like, you know, I was like, okay, I need to get a better car. I was like, for work wise, so ended up getting rid of that. And then I got myself into debt. And then once you're in the debt, you know, it never seems to go away. It only just seems to get bigger. I think that's crazy.
Yeah. How many accidents did you have? I remember 2.
I've only had 3 accidents, but they were all for the same reason, unfortunately. So like, I suffer from this. I don't even know what to call it, but it's called sleep apnea. Basically, like at night when I sleep, my brain is not receiving enough oxygen, so I could sleep 8 hours a day, but when I wake up, my brain will feel like it only slept like 2. So I'm like over exhausted. And I've tried to like, you know, like on the weekends, I try to wake up later, but it doesn't help. Like it just makes me more lazy.
Yeah, it makes you tired.
So
It
like,
makes me tired.
and like every day when I wake up for work, I wake up every day at like 3:30, right? Shit, I wake up at 2 sometimes. And I can go back to sleep, but like when I get up and like I actually start the day to go to work, I'm kind of drained in the morning. And it is what it is. I mean, I'm trying to get help for it, but no, back to that. Yeah, all those 3 accidents were because of that, just because I wasn't, my brain wasn't receiving enough oxygen, so I was constantly tired. So when I would drive, I would doze off a lot while I was driving. Scariest shit ever, bro. If you've ever dozed off, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just not fun, dude. Like, your heart's fucking pounding, like, when you, like, almost fucking hit somebody.
Yeah.
Like, when someone scares you awake, like, it's not fun. And I
Yeah, I
think what's
remember
just...
you sat down next to me and you were just like falling asleep, and I was like, bro, like,
I remember it would happen at work.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just crazy because it's just something you can't help.
yeah,
It would embarrass me sometimes. I was embarrassed of it, I'm not going to lie, only because I would do it in places that you shouldn't be doing, like falling asleep. I would go to dinner with, you know, friends or family, and I'd be falling asleep, and it's like...
yeah. When we have friends around and you fall asleep and they look at you, I know in my mind is like, I don't have to, like, I know I can make fun of them, but I will get it. Like, you won't get mad at me. But if someone else makes fun of you, like, you get like mad about it.
Yeah,
But I
'cause,
try
like,
to tell you, like, hey, like, cut it out, like, dog.
Yeah, because I mean, like, at the time, like I said, when I was first dealing with it, it would frustrate me so much because I'm like, why am I falling asleep? I could have just took a nap before we would have gone to hang out. And I'm like already falling asleep. Like, dude, I just took a nap.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating. And then so for someone to kind of clown on you for it, like, you know, y'all the homies, you know, you don't get butthurt if they're the homies, but... And it's kind of strangers. You feel a little different type of way. Like, hey, you don't know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, like... But... Nah, it was that. So like I said, a lot of the things I would fall asleep. A lot of the incidents I would fall asleep while I was driving. Well, the time that I crashed a Subaru, I was actually coming back from Tempe to go link up with you guys in Avondale, right? And I'm driving and I'm dozing off, and it's like, bro, like I cracked open a Red Bull, I chugged the damn hoe, like, and I'm still falling asleep. Like, this is insane. I'm yelling, I'm screaming in the car, like, singing loudest to the top of my lungs, like, and
trying to stay awake.
dancing, like, I look insane, but nothing's helping. And
Yeah.
sure enough, all it took was 2 seconds of me closing my eyes, and sure enough, boom, hit
Damn.
another car, snapped my wheel, had to get off the freeway, and that's when I called you guys. But
Did I ever tell you about the accident I had? The one that I don't remember?
when you got hit from the back end,
No, that was when I got hit here.
yeah, that's the one I heard.
The one before that. And I never thought I was gonna speak about it.
Was it about your friend that
Yeah,
passed?
yeah.
I think I remember you telling me that.
I wasn't gonna speak about it, but I mean, I kind of want to share it now.
Mm.
But so around that time, I was with Oscar's mom. I had just left the house, and I was supposed to go hang out with some homies, and we went to the desert to go ride around. I had just bought a Mazda. I think it's called Mazda.
Yeah.
But it was like a little small old car, and I had a Scion TC. I sold it and I bought a 4-door car because I couldn't handle a 2-door car because I'm about to have a kid. You know, I need to have a back seat.
Couldn't handle all the speed.
Yeah, hold on. So I remember going with my homies that night to the desert, and another friend of mine had just bought a Razor or a Can-Am, whatever, and we were testing it out there in the desert, and we are like having fun. That was the last thing I remember, and the next thing I remember was waking up at the hospital. And in the hospital, I remember I wake up like this, and I see all the homies back then, my family, my mom, and my dad right here next to me. And I look up, and I was just confused. I was like, what the fuck? Like, where am I, you know? And my dad was trying to calm me down. He's like, hey, like, do you know where you are? Do you know what happened? I was like, no. And he was like, you were with someone in the car. And so, do you know who you were with? And I was like, no. And he showed me a picture. And I was like, that's like, I know who that is. I was like, do you remember being with her? I was like, no, I don't remember at all, anything. And he's like, well, she was with you in the accident. And she passed away. And I was just confused, like, what do you mean? And in my mind, I was looking for Oscar's mom because she was pregnant at that time. And I was just looking for, like, where she at. She comes out, and she comes out from everybody. And I see her, and I'm just like, all right, like, thank God. But then I was still confused of, like, what my dad was asking me. Like, do you know what you were doing? I was like, no, we were in the desert with some friends. So I was getting, like, scared. I think I remember falling back asleep, or everybody just walked away and I went back to sleep. But I was in the hospital for, like, almost 3 or 4 days in the bed. And so what had happened was, for people in the valley, I'm pretty sure people in the valley know. So there's a street that you go into IVC. It's a college. So you go in this way, but there's cars coming at me this way, right? So I wasn't smoking. I was smoking around the time. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't intoxicated or nothing. Like, I was fine. I know I am a very good driver. I don't pass my red lights. I don't pass my stops. I mean, sometimes, you know. But I don't pass, like, I know I can drive pretty good. Apparently, when I was going into IVC in the college, someone was coming at me and they hit me. And I remember in my dream, I remember just 2 lights coming at me, and I remember just, like, looking at it this way, and I closed my eyes and I just opened them. Like, I would have, like, dreams about it after. So I want to say that was the car coming at me. Do you know what a Trailblazer is?
Yeah, sure.
Those big old SUV trucks. So that was a car that hit me, and I had a small car, like a Mazda. It was a small one. So I got T-boned. That's what was T-boned. So in the passenger seat, it was all, like, just hit, and I survived the accident, and my friend didn't.
I can see why now, because you're on the other side.
So
you get T-bone, it's only one side.
That's what changed me, bro. Like, that accident, till this day, I don't remember what happened. And every time I tell my family, every time I tell my friends, like, they ask me about it, and to this day, like, I don't remember the accident. It's like if I woke like that from after being with the homies at the desert, wake up in the hospital, that big gap, I don't remember anything from that accident to this day. And it's been 6 years. And
wow.
like, it just, every time I pass through that area, it fucking sucks. I was like, dude, like, I think about her, you know? I known who she was growing up. My friends, my mom had a friend, and she would babysit us. And that babysitter was related to that girl. And that's how I knew her from the family. And we grew up and we knew each other from them. But I haven't seen her, like, in such a long ass time. And I remember even seeing her before that. But that day, like, I don't know how, like, she was with me. Like,
Till this day, you haven't spoken to him?
Because I just don't know what to say. I don't remember anything from the accident, you know? And like, every time I would pass by the area, I just sit back and I just, like, look at, like, I'm just trying to imagine in my head how the accident looked. And supposedly there's cameras, but during that gap of hour that happened, there was no cameras. Someone told me that. But to this day, nothing.
Damn, that would really fuck with me.
It-
Because I remember every spot that I've crashed in. So when I pass it, I just kind of look at it like, oh my God.
And that's what affected me a lot too, especially with Oscar's mom, because she started assuming all the worst things, like assuming this and this and that. But I was just like, I was in my own mind, I was just like trapped to like what happened. I was like, I don't remember. I wasn't sleeping. I was taking Percocet to fall asleep. I was taking medication to help me eat. I was just I felt like I was fucked up in the mind. And slowly, I remember I wasn't working for like almost a month and a half. I want to say like about over a month and a half. Yeah, I wasn't working. I tried to go back to work, and I couldn't work right because I had to lift all kinds of heavy stuff. My shoulder was fucked up. I still had so much pain. My mind was just like not all there. So I got laid off. They laid me off from that job.
Oh, wow.
Oscar was just born on the 27th, and it was already about to be November. I'm like, fuck, like how am I supposed to work? I need a job because I have a kid to provide for, So a homie of mine called me from an old UTI class. And he told me, he's like, hey, like I'm here in Arizona. Why don't you come over here and work for a while? And I was like, all right. The next day, I packed my shit, came over here, and the rest is history. I moved here. So that accident was just like very traumatizing. Like to this day, I don't remember. I wish I can go back and remember it. I wish I can just see what happened, know what happened. But there was one time, like I just thought about going to that area where it happened and just sitting down there, just think about it, But I never got a chance to, which I want to sometime in the future. But it's very, like, fuck, like I want to know what happened. But to this day, I don't remember for a reason, and I'm just gonna keep it like that, And one day I'll reach out to the family, just to like say my sorries and what really happened. Like I don't remember. Like to this day, I don't remember what happened, and I wish I could know what happened.
Maybe sometimes it's just better that way.
That's what I get told a lot too. But yeah, that was one accident. Another accident happened here, bro. I was about to trade in this Corolla that my dad gave me so I can get a newer car at the small dealership. You know where the MC85 is at? El Camino. So long story short, I was about to trade in the car, right? And he was like, I'll give you $1,500 for it. And I was like, for a down payment, cool, whatever. I was gonna get a Honda. I was about to turn in, bam, a fucking truck hits me in the back. And the owner of the fucking the dealership was right there in front, and he saw the whole thing. And the guy, whole report happened. The dude was like looking at me like I don't even want the car no more. I washed it, came in, bam, I get hit from the back. And that accident I remember. But I was just like, boom, like fuck. I was like, damn, I was about to trade this fucking car for a new one, and I didn't.
Did the other guy at least help you out?
The insurance that he had, they paid the whole thing for the car. So I got a good ass check, and that's when I bought a car. That's when I bought the Scion, the gray one, the TC one.
Oh, I remember that shit.
That's when I bought that one, and then from there I just moved up to the cars I'm at right now.
Oh, good times.
For real.
Oh, good times, good times.
Well, speaking of scary moments, babe, ready?
Yeah, I heard you had some spooky trivia.
Yeah, some spooky trivia questions. So I told her to come up with some spooky questions because I want to have like a segment where it has like scary moments because it's October. So this is gonna be our first Halloween like episode, and you're a guest.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that way you can know.
Do you want the would you rather first?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you have.
Okay. So, would you rather be cursed to turn into a werewolf during every full moon, or a vampire with an unquenchable thirst for blood?
I'd be a werewolf, bro.
I would definitely be a werewolf.
Yeah, fucking
Team Jacob.
Yeah, Team Jacob all
Team
the way.
Jacob. Oh,
we were
no.
just talking about that the other day. We were watching a stupid movie called Vampires Suck. Have you seen that one?
Oh my god, the parody for Twilight.
And they showed how he jumped and turned into a chihuahua. All fucking stupid, And we're just talking about the werewolves, like that's Team Jacob. And then that well-known meme of Jacob, Taylor Lautner. And I was like, Bella, where you been, loca? You know that picture?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, we were making fun of that shit so much.
Yeah, there's times I walk around the house with no shirt, my abs out, and tell my girl I look just like Jacob, don't I? She just looks at me. She's just like,
Is that true? Yeah. Okay. Confirmed.
confirmed.
Okay. This one is kind of crazy. Would you rather eat a meal prepared by a cannibal chef or drink a potion made by a witch?
You see, I seen Shrek 2, and I see when they drink a potion, I'll drink a potion.
I think I would drink a potion only because she said cannibal chef. Like I'm not eating no.
Yeah.
I'm not eating nothing.
Mm-mm.
Especially if he tells me it's a dude. Oh hell no, we fighting.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be eating that shit. Hell no.
No.
All the diseases.
Okay, would you rather always feel like you're being followed or always see shadows darting in your peripheral vision?
Oh hell no.
I feel like I would go all the shadows one. Dude, if I felt like I was getting followed all day, dude, I would be tripping out.
Yeah. I rather. What was the first one?
Seeing shadows darting in your peripheral vision.
Yeah, I'd rather see that.
Can you imagine if like I forget like my toalla in the room and I gotta run across and I just hear like footsteps behind me?
Yeah.
Like nah.
Yeah, I'd rather see that because I hate that feeling when someone's behind you and you get that
God.
like that chills. And you're just like, oh fuck, who's behind me? You know, especially at night and especially walking like in the dark.
You
I
ever-
get that fucking like that chills.
As a kid, you ever your parents ever tell you to go throw the trash out and the trash is
Yeah,
in the front
dude.
yard?
Hell
You
yeah.
just throw it and just sprint back to the front.
Dude, so I used to live in Cat City in Palm Springs. My mom told me to.
Calabasas.
My mom told me throw out the trash, right? And so I go throw out the trash, and I'm like in that one episode from SpongeBob. You know how he throws out the trash?
Just throws
So
it.
yeah, so I go outside the door. I go to the other side of the house, and there's like a little tiny alley where all the trash cans are, right? So I remember throwing the trash out, and there was 3 of them, the green, blue, and black, whichever one, right? So I threw in the first one, and the corner of my eye, I see the other one just like lift up, pow. And I was like, what the hell? I turn around, and I kid you not, dude, I saw a whole black figure, a hand right there, and I looked at it, and I just fucking ran back home.
That's probably a hobo.
No, that shit looked dead ass clear, like a black figure just standing there holding or just touching the lid of the trash can. And I remember throwing it, and the other one went up, like a little, like if he lifted it. And I just turned around. I remember just seeing the whole body right there, and I ran back inside the room. I mean, back to the house. And I hate throwing the trash at night. I'll throw it in the fucking morning.
Ah, hell no. Dude, I hate throwing the trash out. We pay for this dumb little like trash service.
Mhm.
We pay like $35 a month. And for you want to know what's so like upsetting? This guy's so petty. I swear, I took in the trash out like 10 minutes before the required time. You have to leave it outside by 8. I took it out at 8:10, and he left all 3 bags just sitting there.
Damn.
was
They
like,
have to
wow.
pick it up?
They have to pick it up. You have to pay for the service, which really pisses me off. You have to buy the service. You can't just live there and just throw the trash on your own.
Do you know how the trash can's right here at night? Like, at night, I'm just like this. Fucking holding the trash can, throw it, and I just walk back. Like, I hate throwing the trash at night. That's
Hell
just,
no.
I'm scared of the dark.
I would have had my girl sitting from the balcony with the shotty right there. All right, you're good.
All right, you good?
All right,
Next
sorry,
one?
next
That's
one.
funny. Okay.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, sunshine.
Okay,
Special guest?
Special guest Ramses.
listen to this one, okay? It says, when it comes to spirits and ghosts, would you A, rather be able to see and not hear them, or B, be able to hear them but not see them?
See them but not hear them.
Hear them, but not see them.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather see them than not hear them. Because
I think I'd rather see them than not hear them because I could just pretend that like I didn't hear. Shit.
I know they're there, but I'm just gonna ignore it. I'd rather see them. I'm not gonna just be a wonder like where the fuck they at and I can hear them. You know?
You know who I wish I could do that with? My dog. I wish I could see her but not hear her. Man, I swear she's just.
Just
I prefer the ghosts, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
rather prefer to see them than not hear them. Cause like, what if I'm just like showering and I hear like right behind me? Like, fuck that. You know, I'd rather just know where they're at.
dude, I swear my dog sounds like my car. Like you know, my car is like. Bup, bup, bup. He's like. Like I said. All right, next one.
Next one.
Would you rather hear footsteps behind you or whispers in the dark?
Did we do them?
No. Say it again.
Oh wait, whispers behind
Yeah.
you. Sorry.
Whispers behind me.
Would you rather hear footsteps behind you or whispers in the dark?
Whispers in the
Whispers.
It goes back to the someone right behind you chasing you.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have that. I'd rather have someone. I'd rather hear the whispers. Oh, that's the story I was gonna say too.
Yes.
So the whispers, bro. And this is all true. I'm not gonna make this shit up for this. I used to live in a cul-de-sac and with my dad, and we shared me and Ramsey. We shared the master bedroom, and I remember one time I was just laying down in my bed, and I hear Alex, and I was like, "What the fuck, Alex?" Like, dude, like clear, bro, clear, like Alex 3 times, dude, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, who called me?" So I go out my room and I told my Nana, I was like, "Nana, did you call me?" Because she was living with us. I was like, "No, I didn't call you." And I asked my dad, I was like, "Did you call me?" I was like, "No." And I was like, "That's weird." I was like, "What the fuck?" So that same night, it was me and my dad were in the living room and we're moving something from the living room. I think we're moving like some big mueble. And there's a specific toy that my brother had, and it's like a piece of metal. And if you move it, it makes that clinging noise, right? For some reason, me and my dad, we heard something fall off the table. And I know that sound clearly. Like, I remember that sound. And when I heard it fell, I looked at my dad, and he was like, "What was that?" My dad was like, "I don't know." And we looked around. I looked around, and it was that toy on the floor. And it wasn't on top of any. I remember even where I don't remember where it was at before. But I remember it fell somehow, but it was a heavy toy, like about like this big. And it fell, and you could just hear like the noise came in. And I looked at it, I was like, "What the fuck?" The next day, my dad heard the same thing. He heard his name called. And he comes in my room. He was like, "Did you call me?" And I was like, "No." And then I heard him go to my Nana's room. He's like, "Mom, ¿me hablaste?" And I was like, "No." And right away, I was like, "Dad, did you hear your name get called?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I heard my name too." And we're just like both in shock of like that we heard our names get called. But I kid you not, dude, like I heard it clear, like, "Alex," like just right there close to me, that whisper. Hell no. Never again.
I don't think I've ever had a I can't say I've never had a paranormal. No, I've never had a paranormal encounter before. I mean, there was one time, I was at the homie's house and I was walking down the hallway. He has a bathroom right before his door. He lives in a little 1-story. So I walked past the bathroom and he has a bathroom light on, but he's not in there. He's in his room, right? So I'm walking past the bathroom and the door's cracked. And you know how like that seam that's like between the door frame and the door hinge? That little gap when you open the door. Like if you were to put your fingers in there and close the door, you smash your fingers.
Yeah.
Back there, yeah. I looked through that crack, but like I'm walking past the door and from my peripheral, through that crack, I see him staring at himself in the mirror, like both hands on the sink.
Your homie?
Yeah, staring at himself in the mirror, but I walked so fast. Like you walk so fast past the room, you think you see something.
Mm-hmm. And you go back, you're like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I didn't go back. I walked past the bathroom, saw that, and I was like, I stopped for a second. I was like, "No way." And I like just walked a couple more steps into his room and he's sitting on the bed. And I'm like, now I know I didn't see what I thought I saw. Now I was like, there's no way. He's standing right in front of me, or he's sitting right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the bathroom, light's still on. I looked, nothing there. I walked past it again to see if I would see the same thing. I didn't see it no more.
Oh, hell no.
So it was just kind of like, I don't know if it was there or if it wasn't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It could have been, or I could have just been crazy that day.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Sorry, next question.
Okay. Would you rather wake up to find all your teeth have been replaced by sharp fangs or your hands with claws?
Hands with claws.
Okay,
Wait, the
Wolverine.
teeth one? I would do hands with claws.
Can I hide my teeth? If I could like hide them, just bring them out.
Nah.
Nah, they're just all fucking
They're all
sharp.
fangs.
Yeah.
I think I would do claws.
Yeah, Mr. Crab did it, more than most else.
What would you do with them?
Fuck, I don't know.
Shit.
Do you have another question?
With claws? I don't fucking know. I think I just auditioned for the next fucking, what is it? That horrors, that show. With Kim Kardashian, she doesn't know. It's like horror something.
Oh,
American Horror Story.
Yeah. You know the crab guy?
No, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, it's that one dude from Never Back Down, the one that plays Max. That actor, the white boy.
Evan Peters.
That dude.
Yeah.
He has crab claws in.
Oh, I never
one of
seen
them.
that.
Yeah,
I seen the first season, then
It's
I
like
just
a
lost after
It's like
that.
a circus one that they do.
Oh, okay. I seen that trailer. Of the
Freak
circ-
show or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
freak show.
Yeah, he has crab claws in that. Knowing I've never even seen the damn show, but I've seen him have crab claws.
I seen the
That's
first
amazing.
season. It was pretty good,
Oh,
but I
yeah?
never got into it. Yeah, every season a different story. Like they have like different stories for one season, and another season's a whole different story. But they have like the same character, the same actors coming back playing a different character.
See, I tried watching those shows with like my lady be trying to show me those shows, right? And she gets annoyed with me. I feel like she don't like showing me those no more because I ask so many damn questions.
Yeah.
Like,
She has all kinds of questions too. It's like, what is this? What is that? And I'm just like,
Later, like, who's that?
I'm patient enough now. But if it was someone else, like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to watch the movie.
That's how she is. She's just like she don't even answer. She stops answering me. I'm just like,
I have to press pause and explain her the backstory, and then we get back to. She'll be like, "Oh, okay, makes sense."
That's how I am when we watch movies.
Yeah, we're watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and she asked me all kinds of questions. Like, all right, so this, and that happened.
See, I did the same shit when we were watching Pirates of the Caribbean. I did the same.
I had to
exact
pause,
shit.
and I was like, "You know what's happening?" No,
And then
I dose off.
And then I get caught off in explaining it, and she's just like, "Okay, play it." I'm like, my bad.
All right, next one.
Okay. Would you rather have a swarm of bats fly out every time you open your mouth, or have spiders crawl out of your ears when you yawn?
Oh hell no! Where'd you get these questions from?
Definitely the bats. You know how bad you can freak someone out like that? You don't want to piss me off. All the fucking bats fly out.
See, I hate spiders. So
I fucking hate spiders.
I'd go with the bats.
That and like, you ever seen those Instagram videos where like they'll put like little gotitas in someone's ear, and then out pops a fucking spider? Like, what the fuck was that
I
in
didn't
there
see
for?
that one.
No, dude,
I had
it's pretty gross.
a Trolan.
A tarantula?
Yeah, I had that
A
shit on
tarantula?
my fucking foot, dude. One time, I had a homie and I was helping out lift like those pools they put on the floor and you just fill it with water. So I remember helping. I was stretching it out, right? And I was barefoot in the grass, and I feel something like crawling up on my foot, and I'm just like, oh hell no, fucking fat ass tarantula right there, flick that shit, and I went running out like to my house. I will never forget that moment because that was a big ass fucking tarantula, and the grandma comes out and just grabs it like nothing, just like all right. Like I hate spiders, bro. I see spider, I like that. It almost got me, but she didn't get me.
See, I'm the same way with spiders and snakes. I can watch them behind a cage, like a glass.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated. I'll go out of my way and look up like snake videos. I could watch those shit for hours.
I can probably handle like pick up a snake, but a spider, fuck no, dude. No. And I love Spider-Man and all, but like I'm not gonna mess with spiders.
Nah, there was one time I went to Disney and we stayed at one of those like Disney hotels, like, you know, on the little strip of Disney, all the fucking bougie ones.
Yeah.
We stayed there and there was a fucking snake on the floor, like in the lobby. It's just slithering around.
You see the one that happened at work at Cannibal? There was like a green one. It was a small one. That was the first time this is the last time I saw a snake.
Dude, they would catch so many animals at that job.
Rats,
dogs,
you see the
cats,
dogs, those birds, and what else?
Snakes too.
I remember Victor was telling me like he would come on a Saturday with the pellet gun and just start shooting the birds.
Really?
Yeah. I remember he told me he came one time he just saw birds, and then I seen rats. I remember they put a mouse trap and I saw the fucking rat right there.
Dude, remember the rat that they killed upstairs in the office? I don't know if you ever saw that. So upstairs,
I think they mentioned it, but I remember seeing.
So,
oh wait.
Upstairs at the old job, right? At the old job and shit, they had a rat problem, right?
Mm-hmm,
So they put rat
that.
traps, and I guess one of them worked. It was under like a fucking table full of like requisition papers,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Hey, look!" And it was a fat ass fucking rat, like the size of your fucking shoe, dog.
Fuck.
Maybe like a little bit less than it, but
I see one on the
it was
side.
pretty
You know,
fat.
like that straight lines that we have to walk. So they put like little mouse traps right there. I saw one just like squish like the head.
yeah,
I remember that.
that shit was gross.
Okay. Would you rather live in a haunted mansion in the middle of nowhere, or live in a city house that gets haunted?
I mean, the city, you got shit to do. I just never go home.
Yeah.
Just go home like when I'm absolutely like tired. I'm like, fuck these ghosts. I'm gonna just knock out.
So in a haunted house in the middle of nowhere, or what was the other one?
In a city house
In a
that
city
gets
house?
haunted.
See, I feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. More shit tends to happen.
Yeah.
and no
Where the
one's
fuck am I
around.
to run to when nothing's around?
Yeah, that's even worse. You ever see the movies where like they got like nowhere to run? Like, where are you gonna go into
Why
the
is
forest?
every movie like that? Middle of nowhere.
They're always
They
just
have
like
nothing.
that.
They have nowhere to go.
If it was me, I would have been like, we're not.
I get a
moving
city
there.
house. I seen Paranormal Activity. I seen Haunted House. Like, I know what to do.
What house do you ever see haunted in the city? Name one.
I can't remember. I can't name one, but I know
See.
back home there was like certain houses that were haunted.
But
I
they're
read
all-
about them too.
They're all
But
far as fuck, where
Yeah.
people could die by themselves.
mhm.
That's probably why they get haunted.
You know that one hotel in Phoenix that's haunted? I can't remember the name of it. I saved it. I'll probably get it later.
No, in Phoenix. In Phoenix.
Downtown Phoenix.
That one's in L.A. The Cecil Hotel. You ever
That
seen
one I seen it.
That one's in L.A.
Yeah, Cecil Hotel. I seen
Yeah.
how there was a woman that was on the water tank on top of the.
Yeah,
Oh.
so like the fucking maintenance guy, she was my girl was telling me about that.
Mhm.
That they found the maintenance guy found her inside the water tank and shit.
hmm
But it's weird because it can only be sealed from the outside, and somehow she was sealed in there.
Yeah, to this day it's still like questionable how the fuck she get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that hotel.
And they
I
were
ca-
saying that because the fucking water tasted like shit.
Yeah, there was like they're interviewing couples and like they would get water from like the fountain or the faucet. It would taste weird. Even the shower would taste weird, like the smell. And that's when they finally figured out that, oh shit, she was in there. Yeah, that's nasty.
Imagine being told that you've been staying there. They just tell you like, yeah.
I probably puke. I'm just thinking about it, bleh, just fucking throw that shit out. Oh, you have my phone. I had saved the hotel. There's a hotel downtown. I can't remember the name of it, but supposedly it is haunted. And there's a certain room that someone hung herself from the window, and it's in downtown Phoenix. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I was like, we should go there, stay one night.
You could not pay
People
me to stay there.
People stay there, and like they experience like paranormal stuff right there.
You just want to take something home with you, I swear.
No, I just want to experience it for
you,
all the weed.
You've never seen the movies where like people just fuck with like Ouija boards. Like you want something.
Okay, I'm not
happen
even
to you.
doing
Is
that
it
type
called
of shit.
Hotel
But
San Carlos?
huh?
Hotel San Carlos?
Yeah, San Carlos. That's the one that's called San Carlos.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, but if I bring something home, I'm dumping myself in holy water and coming out like that. Like, I'm not gonna bring that shit home. Hell no. What's the next one?
Okay, so switching gears here, we're gonna go to most likely.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
switching gears.
Most likely.
Who is most likely to survive Michael Myers? Between the two of you. Why?
Nah, I think.
I think I'm faster.
What are you trying to
that's-
say?
I feel like that's what it takes to escape Michael Myers. You just gotta outrun.
And you think
the
I'm not
motherfucker.
fast?
You're strong.
But not fast.
I think I'm faster.
Okay, we'll see right now when we race.
Fucking foot race.
Hell no, Michael Myers.
What
Yeah,
if
he
he
probably
catches you
ca-
and
he
you're
probably
not
catch me.
able to run?
Given, it's gonna sound kind of shitty. I've never seen the Michael Myers movies. Yeah, so I
Wow.
really don't know how he. Well, I've been told that when he like kills you, he's just brutal. Like he just like I've heard he.
He
Smashes,
probably catch my fat ass
like
because
he
I can't run
smashes
that
people's
long.
heads into the walls.
I'd probably fall down. You know what? I'm done. Just you can run now.
I feel like I'd be smart about it. Like if I was in a horror movie, I feel like I'd be smart about it. I wouldn't be all fucking pendejo and just let me go see what's behind there.
Yeah.
Oh, we hear a noise
Like, how
over
the
there.
fuck do people fall down? Like how?
Dude, it happens. I'm not gonna lie to you. It happens.
You remember the one time?
Oh my god. There was this one time we were at the last job.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretending to trip, but you were taking forever to look my direction. So finally, when I go to try to fake trip, I end up really tripping.
Yeah.
And right in front of you.
I saw that shit clear. Like he actually got like he had something stuck in your leg,
What
right?
was it?
Cable.
What was it?
a
I
lead.
was carrying something. I was carrying bars. Remember?
No, you were something got caught in your foot, and you just like, huh, and you can see your whole face just go up, and your whole hard hat fell down. Nobody saw you but me, and I'm just like, just started laughing the whole
Just started
time.
fucking dying. I didn't even ask if I was okay.
Yeah.
You did ask after, but it's
After my whole fucking laugh, like, you good? Yeah, thanks. I remember that.
Okay. Who is most likely to leave a haunted graveyard first?
yeah, I think so. Me too.
Him.
You
Definitely.
Stay longer?
Yeah, I'd probably stay. I'd probably be scared as fuck, but I'd probably stay. Actually, like, if I think about it, I'd probably stay in the cemetery just to, like, hear something, and then yeah, I'm away. But I know you'd be the first one to fucking leave, cause he's scared of heights.
What does that have to do with this?
You're scared of heights. How you scared of roller coasters?
What does heights in a cemetery have to do with the same thing?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just tried to put him on the spot. I think. But you'd be the first one to fucking leave.
No, no, honestly, no. I probably would. I wouldn't fuck with any of that. I've never been to a cemetery before.
Let's go.
You never been?
I've lived by one. I've never been to one though.
There was this one video. It was old. I remember growing up watching it. It was this TV host. It happened like in the Spanish TV shows, and he went to the cemetery. Right, I can't remember his name. I'll probably search it up, or I'll put it in the video. But he was in the cemetery, and he was hearing noises, right? And he in the camera, you can see that the night vision look. And I remember in the video, he's recording the cemetery, and he's like, he was in Spanish. They seems like, who's that? You know, can I help you? Do you need help? And he's recording the girl. I'm not recording. I fucked up. He was recording, and he zooms in, and he sees like a woman, a girl, and she turns around, and you can see her eyes glow, and you can see the guy just like running in the camera. I gotta show you. I don't have my phone, but I gotta show you.
Just stuff like that. Like I'm okay. I've just seen too many videos as a kid, like where people try to go experiment and go try to record places and see stuff.
What was the scariest video you seen in your childhood, growing up? A scary video that traumatized you? Because I can tell you one, the maze game. You know the Exorcist, how it pops up like you're playing the maze game, and there's like 3 levels, right? It fucks with you.
Yeah.
You're like playing the maze, boom, level complete. Playing the maze, level 2 complete. While you're doing number 3, you're like thinking you're about to like hit the finish line. Boom, the fucking Exorcist pops up. Oh. And there's a bunch of videos like people reacting to it, and they all get scared.
Yeah, there's that one, like I'm sure everybody's seen it. Like it's just where it's a fucking car driving down a valley.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and then like you're just like, oh, what the fuck's gonna happen? And the fucking face pops out.
You see that green one? There's like a rocking chair in a green video. It's in a green. There's in a room, and it has a green light or something, a green background, and it's a white rocking chair, and it's just like going slowly back and forth, and you're just like looking at it for a fast second, and then the Exorcist just starts crawling up to the fucking video. You never seen that one?
No, not that one. I think the only other disturbing video I used to watch, and I don't even know, like I watched it once, it's just because it was going around my fucking middle school at the time. It's that stupid Obey the Walrus.
Which was
it was just some kid with like I guess polio, and I guess it was like a cursed video. If you watched it, you would like get possessed, and it was going around.
Like you die in 7 days type of shit, or what?
Kinda. Like if you don't fucking share this, remember those things? If you don't share this, you get bad luck, you die, or someone you love gets hurt.
Yeah,
something like that. So it was one of those videos, but that's as far as I've gone with those. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it was just if it's that type of stuff, I don't really care to mess with it.
Yeah,
you know, not even to be cool. I'm just like, yeah.
Who is most likely to lead the way in a haunted house?
You are. Definitely you are. Only so I can see what's coming up.
So fuck me, right?
Yeah, basically.
Guess me first?
Fuck yeah.
Nah, yeah. I'd probably be the first one, but I probably have Hector just like behind me like holding him, you know?
I'll be like, hey, get the fuck away. It's gay.
Don't
touch me.
Your turn. Go ahead.
Who's most likely to hand out full-size candy bars for Halloween?
Me?
Hector.
Fucking stingy over here.
For real. Throw on like a whole ass.
You probably hand out like fucking mints and dental floss.
little strawberry ones. Just like, oh, here.
Yeah,
no,
like
I grab a whole handful and I'm just like, all right,
the
here.
little purse candy.
No, I last year I threw candy, but I gave out candy, and I remember just like,
so actually, this is my first year doing Halloween at home. So like I'm not gonna trick or treat. Obviously, I'm so damn old already. Like not that old, but you know, I don't trick or treat no more. We don't do all that.
Yeah, we do.
What were we gonna dress up like as crayons last year?
Yeah,
just like those single little crayons bouncing around.
I wanted to dress up for the pod, but I mean, next one we'll do if we have time to do another one for October.
No, but I'm gonna leave my first little candy bowl outside.
You're gonna leave it outside?
Fuck yeah.
You're not gonna go out and give it out?
Maybe. I'll think about it.
It's pretty cool because you get to see like all those little kids, and you feel old, dude. Last year I did that, and I was like, damn, dude, I miss trick or treating.
I'll see what's up because like I think I might use my dog to go trick or treating and get candy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna dress her up.
What was your costumes throughout your childhood?
Dude, nothing cool. I dressed up like a fucking ninja. Everything tight. I don't know why I like tights for some reason. Spider-Man, Batman with the chichis, you know. You know, and then I dressed up like a ninja like 3 times. Then I started getting into all the scary shit, but it wasn't even scary. It was
Were you
like,
scream with that bloody mask and the pump?
my sister, she's like 8 and she wants to think she's that.
Alexa?
Yeah, dude, she loves that shit. She
That's
like
cool.
lives for that, like that creepy shit.
I was a clown, a scary clown one time. I was Robin when I was in preschool. I remember I had a picture of Robin, and then I remember being, fuck, I can't remember what I had the clown for 2 years. I can't remember my last one. I remember I wore a Ninja Turtle shirt thinking I was a Ninja Turtle. Well, fucking stupid, just wearing the shirt, not the whole suit. But I never really dressed up like in any Halloweens. I would go out, just give candy, or I'll get candy, but I never really dressed up. Oscar, I would dress up Oscar. Oscar was Ash from Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
And then the year before he was Spider-Man. And the year before, I can't remember what he was. But he likes to dress up. This year he wants to be Minecraft or like some Roblox character. So I was like, all right. But I probably won't have him this year. But if I do, like, I'll make him his costume.
That's cool. Man, I remember buying a costume from the Halloween store. I was supposed to go, so like when me and my girl were talking, like during the little talking stage, you know, she invited me to a Halloween party, but I didn't go. I ended up buying the costume and everything, and I ended up going.
The jumpsuit one?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a jumpsuit, but
I opened the trunk and he has a jumpsuit. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, I had that costume in there for like the next year, and I didn't even use it. But yeah.
This next one.
Who is most likely to scream during a scary movie?
I love scary movies, and I know what to expect them, so I love them. I haven't seen him,
You
but
have
I
not
feel like
screamed in any scary movie that we've seen.
I don't think I'm a screamer. I think I'm
you get me scared all the time because you jump, and I get scared when you jump. That one time we watched a scary movie, what was the other one? Oh, dude! So we were taking a nap, and the TV was playing. And you know it? It was playing on that clown was playing on TV, and you can see there's a scene where he's just like screaming. She gets up, she starts screaming, and I look up, and I was like, and she scared me, and I looked, I was like, oh, now I know why you got scared. There was a whole fucking clown on the TV, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, that was pretty cool. That was pretty scary.
I mean, I used to jump, but I don't think I screamed.
Nah, I remember like I would cover my eyes one time when I used to watch Paranormal Activity. I remember I saw the first one. That shit fucked me up. When I saw the first one, and I looked at we have surround systems in the room, and I would just like cover my eyes or just like open like this. And then I would get scared. But on movies, I love movies, like scary movies. I kind of expect them when to come out, so I don't get scared.
Do you remember the first scary movie you saw in its entirety?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers 2.
That was the first one you seen?
That's the one I've seen in its entirety, only because I can never get that fucking bus scene out of my head. Just when they're trapped in the bus and the dude gets his head ripped off. Or when he's like, when he's against the door and he's just sitting there smelling them one by one.
Yeah.
Move. And then he chooses the last one.
Yeah. For me, it was Child's Play. Chucky. I remember growing up, my family would scare me a lot with Chucky. Te va a agarrar Chucky, cabrón. Te va a agarrar Chucky. And I was like, nah. And then I remember like I would get scared about it. And then I watched the movie. And it just, the first time I seen it, it scared me. And then after that, I kept seeing it. Like, all right, now I wasn't scared no more about Chucky. But I remember that growing up was like one of my fears was Chucky.
I remember that was my brother's fear. It never really was for me just because, like, it just, you know how the movies are so old. They were kind of cheesy. But, no, I think that was what did it for me, Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Growing up, what was the scariest urban legend to you?
Ooh.
Probably La Llorona. Just anything with witches, really, because like that's just more believable. Like in all the stories I've been told, like Mexican folktale, like a lot of them is just a lot of brujeria, you know. So, you know, that's I feel like that's the closest to paranormal I will ever believe in. You know, that's very believable to me. And shit, witches are nothing to fuck with.
I want to say La Llorona 2 was one of them. That like growing up was La Llorona.
And El Cucuy, but like that's just something they tell you.
Yeah, that's what they
That's
bring
just
up.
something they tell you.
I can't remember anything else, but I want to say La Llorona was one of them too. I remember
It
that.
just- it
Growing
has
up
to
in
be,
Mexico, and like growing up with some cousins of mine in Mexicali, like they always like say that stuff about Llorona.
And I would hear like little things like, oh, like, you know, and you could hear like, what was it? You could hear a horn 3 times, and there'd be not a single car around you. And if you were to hear those horns 3 times, some people have been known to come up brain dead. Like just things like that, you know. Obviously, like the crying, you know. There's that, like her little signature mark, but. No, just I've never really been one to experience it, but like I've heard multiple stories from multiple people like I've met in my life that have just told me their little experiences with it. And it's just each one, you know, is a different story, but in some ways they're all the same. So I'm like, damn, this thing is it's really out there.
Next question.
Why do you enjoy spooky season?
Oh, I don't. I'm
I
a Christmas
enjoy it
guy.
because of the movies. I enjoy like spooky season. I enjoy Halloween time because, like growing up, and I know my parents are gonna be saying shit behind the camera. I mean, behind the camera while they're watching this, but I love Halloween. I love like I just grew up watching Halloween movies, dressing up, and I know it's like for other religious reasons, right? But I like that holiday. It's like the Halloween, and my mom put me in such like childhood movies like Hocus Pocus, Nightmare Before Christmas. She watched Jeepers Creepers. My dad's sister, my tia Karina, she put me in Scare Movie 1, 2, and 3. She's put me in those type of movies, and like growing up, like I just loved watching the movies, and it was just like the time like pumpkins, paintings, carvings, like all this cool Halloween shit. Like it's to me, it was pretty cool. Obviously, for some religious reasons, people don't celebrate it. For me, I try not to celebrate it, but like I'll be like, all right, you know, it's a cool pumpkin, like all this shit here, talking about scary stuff, like this, like the questions. That's what I like to enjoy. But other than that, I mean, that's my second favorite holiday.
I think for me it's Christmas. I'm not.
Here's
I mean,
my number one.
fall is cool and all. Like I like the weather and all. I just found out what a PSL was.
What
You
is
know
that?
what a PSL?
No.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
You're such a white girl.
Yeah, no, I've never had it. I'm not a fan of pumpkin, but it just, you know, found out the little abbreviation in the lingo.
Is that all the questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for the last part of this podcast, I wanted to talk not something deep, right? But us being older brothers. Like, you have a younger brother, I have a younger brother. I told her to come up with some questions like what it's like to be an older brother. And Ramsey's not here, and your brother's not here, so it's like I want to know or hear our answers when they see this video.
Crack the door so he knows we're talking about him. No, I'm just
Yeah, but for this last part, like I just wanted to get into like that older brother questions because I feel like you and I can relate a lot. It's like for being older brothers and our little brothers, like Ramsey. I have other little brothers, but I'm more closer to Ramsey, and I know your only brother is Joshua. Besides your dad's, right?
Yeah.
But Joshua is your little brother. I see him as my little brother. You see Ramsey as your little brother. So it's like we have like that same vision. You know what I mean? So I told her come up with some like questions like who would do this, who would do that, like that type.
So, what's one way your little siblings help you become who you are?
That's a good question.
Well, honestly, my brother was really the one. God, I always forget to raise this mic up here. My brother was really the one that kind of gave me, how do I say, gave me the confidence boost to really be a leader because I was the one that had to teach him, you know, when he joined the job with us, you know, so him being there kind of just motivated me to just push me to be like who I am today, you know, push me to be the leader I am, always strive for better because, you know, you always got to think you got that little one looking up to you. So
Yeah.
anything you do, everything that you say, everything that you think, it's all going to go back on them. It always is. Whether you think it's not, it always is. So I think that's just one thing that always stuck with me. No matter what I do in life, I just can't let him see me at my weak points. I always got to make it seem like it's never hard, even though it gets pretty fucking hard.
Yeah. I get you on that and I relate too because for Rams, he's taught me a lot of patience. I had to learn how to be patient with Ram. I had to learn how to like hold that fucking like know what the fuck are you doing, this and that. But it's more like I need to let him learn. I can give him that advice of what not to do and what to do. But if he doesn't listen, cool. He's gonna learn it either way. For me, I'm very overprotective for Ramsey. If someone, you know me, like if someone messes with him, like I'm just there, like behind him, like who the fuck's messing with you? You know, like the problem we had, before, like they were picking on him, and it's funny because I told him the other day we came back from work, and I was just bawling out, bro, because like there's so much that I want to do to people who fuck with them, but yeah, I can't because I have to be professional, you know, and it's like I don't want to give him that image of like a bad older brother, you know, fucking things up for him. It's like I want to help you out, I want to be there for you, but I always tell Ramsey, like, know what you're gonna do. Ramsey's a smart kid, and I know he's book smart. He has so much talent, and I always tell him, I want you to be better than me. I don't want you to be right here with me. I want you to be better. And the same thing for our little brothers. Max, I want to be better. Excuse me. Santi, be better. Sebas, be better. My little sister Abby, to be better. You know, like I want it to be better than us. So like us older brothers is like, we want to give them the most, but we can't because we want them to learn. You want him to learn in his own way. You know what I mean?
I feel you. You just don't want to make everything easy for him. You gotta make him. You want him to learn what it's like to earn $1. What it's like to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it builds character. I'm not saying that.
Because my dad had told me a lot of advice for like whatever problems I had. I would do the fucking opposite of it, and I would listen to my dad. And to this day, like I told my dad, I'm sorry for not listening to you in the past, but now I get it. You know, falling into that same hole he fell in, but it was easier for me than it was for him. You know, and I tell Ramsey, do this, this and that. Don't be doing this. Don't be doing that. Learn from me. Learn from dad. You know, and he's smart. He knows from it. And as an older brother, like I just want the best for him too. You know what I mean? So.
What's a dream experience you would want to have with your little brother?
Let's see. Win the lottery? No, I think
hit a fat parlay on FanDuel.
For real. No, I think it would probably maybe go to like a big game with my brother, like a big Super Bowl game. You know, something like that we both enjoy doing together. You know, that's kind of like our cup of tea, if you want to put it. You know, on a Sunday, we'll hit each other up to talk about the game. We'll have a couple beers. You know what I'm saying? That's just our thing. You know, so I feel like that would be one for me.
I told her this too one time. If I have Ramsey's so much into anime, I want to create an anime show with Ramsey. That will be a dream goal of ours, to create an anime of what he likes and what I like, and put it into color paper, and make a movie or show about it. Because you know the shows that we talked about, like Invincible, Dragon Ball Z type shit. Like I want to create an animation show with Ramsey, from what like we know how we love movies and how we would change some stuff in some movies. We would do our own part. Like this is what we came up with. This is what we want to show. You know what I mean? Create our own movie, create our own show, like all animated style. That's a big goal of mine that I would want, or dream goal to have with Ramsey.
Okay, I gotta change mine too in a little bit. I didn't understand the question there. When you started explaining it, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I was way off of what I said.
How much time we got? Good?
No, just with the dream goal too. It's always been a dream of me and my brothers. We want to be our own bosses. We want to get away from working for somebody else. You know, so I think that's one thing that we really strive. You know, we want to create an idea, create an opportunity to, you know, help us achieve that goal to where we're gonna be financially set ourselves. You know, ultimately, we've been working for people our entire lives, man.
Yeah, and then I hope Josh was listening. I'm very proud of Joshua too, from knowing you guys back then to see him grow, to see him where he's at right now. And like I'm very proud of Joshua, you know. And there's some things I want to tell him as an older brother person, but that's your job. That's not my job, you know. And I'm not gonna be telling him like, dude, do this, do that. I was like, no, that's up to Hector as his older brother to tell him that advice. But for me, is as an older brother too, I want to just cheer up Joshua, like, oh, good job, you know, good job, this and that, and give him that compliment, you know, like the extra compliment. You give him that 100% compliments, I'm gonna give him that little extra 10%. You know what I mean? And I wanna, like, I care for that food too, you know, and I'm happy from where he's been to where he's at right now. So,
No, of course.
I can be proud of him.
I just want him to stay on the path that he's in. He's working for what he wants. You know, I know he knows what he wants to do with his life. He just needs to be pointed in the right direction. And when he has that shit, bro, I already know he's about to take off. Like, and like I said, that's all you can do.
And he's young too, so he has like a whole, just like Ramsey. Him and Ramsey, they're young, and
that's all you can do for them too. Like, you know, just be there, support them. You know, if they got a little, they need a little advice. You know, you're always there for that. But ultimately, they figure that out on their own, bro. They figure out what they want to do. You know, sometimes they'll wake up one day and they don't know what they want to do, and then another day, you know, it'll just smack them in the face, like
a reality check.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or whatever they want to do. Shit, like if they get an idea and like, fuck it, I don't want to work for this company no more. I want to do my own shit.
Yeah.
By all means, like, you know, that's the goal.
And it's always possible too, you know, and you just gotta support them no matter what they go. And like us, I know you have the same thing as the way I see it, but I want Ramsey to be better than me. I assume you want Josh to be better than you.
Of course.
So that's all. That's the main goal, that I want Ramsey to be successful, to get his money, to have his career, his family, his wife, everything. I just want to see my brother happy, and he's happy. I know he is, but he's still young, and us older, like, they still have a lot to grow. They're just getting there. They're baby stepping it, you know. So I'm proud of them.
I already do feel old.
Yeah.
I'm not even that old.
Pushing 30s, bro.
Dude, that's crazy.
I turned 29 next year. How crazy is that?
Really?
I have a fucking 6-year-old and I'm turning 29, dude. Like, how do you think I feel? Like,
I would have told the camera I'm 22 with a 2-year-old.
Hell no.
No.
What's the next one?
What are your proudest moments you can remember as an older brother?
My proudest moments? Shit. Every day. Every single day that I see this motherfucker wake up and push it, I know I'm doing right as a brother. Because this world is so fucking hard, man. Like, there's so many people I see that want to give up. Shit. There's some days I want to give up, too.
Yeah.
But just knowing that he's pushing it, it has to be because of me. I have to be some part of it. You know, he's a major part of it. But seeing him wake up every day and drag his ass to that fucking job that he fucking hates, but he has to do it because he's a fucking grown-up and has responsibilities, I already know he made it there. Now, given there's still so many more things he's going to experience, you know what I'm saying? But that's a part of life, too. And, you know, that's one of those things where, like, again, it's just something you don't quit on.
Yeah. I tell her the same thing, because at work, over there, I always look for Ramsey when I'm in my area. I always make sure he's safe. He's doing, like, obviously you guys too, right? So this was something that I didn't tell you, but like, I look around. I look around at my homies, you guys, my brother. Are you guys doing good? You know, like, I just keep an eye, just like the little quick eye check, or how he's doing. Ramsey is pushing every single day too, just like Josh. Like, they come to work, they drag their ass off of bed. They have to fucking work for their things. They have to learn how to work this hard. So in the near future, it'll be worth it. And I see how Ramsey's like just pushing his best, and in the day he's tired. Like, he's just drained. Like, he just gives up. But that's like, I'll laugh about it because, like, dude, you have no idea what's coming. This is just the beginning of your experience of welding, your job wise. Like I tell him, like, I want you to do something better than me. Do this, do that, you know. And
but it's rewarding him
putting
up with
they
that
don't
shit,
see that.
But them both putting up with that shit, that tiredness, it's gonna want them to do something different. They're not gonna want to do that for the rest of their life.
Yeah, and they don't see that it's gonna pay. Like you and I, we've been through it, but them, they're still young, and they're like, fuck, like this is not enough. Like, dude, just keep going a little bit more. Pull up the next couple weeks. Maybe you get an opportunity, another job. Maybe you have a new career. You know, like you never know what happens next. But it's like just wait. They need to have that patience, and that's something that I teach Ramsey. Just be patient. And Ramsey, like I said, he's a smart kid. And Josh is a smart kid. They just need to wait it out a little bit more.
Yo, God has a plan for all of us.
He does. He does.
If you could trade places of birth order, would you do it? Why or why not?
Hell no. I'm gonna be the oldest brother.
No, I don't think so. I think I would say the oldest.
Yeah. I'd be the oldest. I want to stay the oldest. No matter how hard it's been being the older brother, I still want to be the older brother.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can't.
I
don't
already
think
see
could
him
do
as an
being
older
a-
brother because of the other siblings we have, but I want to be that older brother.
I just can't be the little brother. I just can't.
Mm-mm. Imagine having an older brother sister. That'd be crazy. Yeah, just fuck them up with whatever.
Do you think being the older brother has brought you wisdom that you can carry with into your own family?
I think so because I want to say that I was like the first one that experienced everything. You know, all the good, all the bad, all the shitty, all the funny. Like, I went through it first.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's funny sometimes because I'll look at my brother and I'll just be like, damn, that's really how I used to act. Or damn, that's really like I went through that.
Mm-hmm.
I went through that scenario. Shit, I like when he got in his first accident, like shit, I was there. I know what it feels like, bro. The fear, the sadness that comes after,
Mm-hmm.
the motivation to fucking fix it. You know, the losing motivation because it's like, fuck, it's taking forever.
Yeah.
Just little things like that, bro. Like, I've already been through it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like it's better that I've been through it to help make it go easier for you. I'm not saying that you're not going to go through it. You're going to go fucking through it. Same thing with my sister. She's going to go through everything too. But that's a part of life.
It's part of
You know?
growing up.
It's part of growing up. You got to know what that shit feels like.
Yeah. Like,
So you know that that's a feeling that you don't want to feel.
yeah. And I don't know if Ramsey wants me to talk about it, but yesterday how he had the car problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I saw it in his face and I saw it in his voice and just that energy. He felt butthurt. He
Like
felt
you
like,
feel like lost. Like
Yeah.
you feel like your world just fucking ended.
and he called me because I even told Anna, I was like, I feel like he's gonna come back. I feel like he's gonna, like, I'm worried about guy. He was going to the valley, and I just felt I get that, just that, how you say it, like that fear, like that scare. Like I hope he's okay. I'm anxious about it. I hope he's okay. He's driving good. I have his location. I check every 10 minutes, and he's okay. He's good. And he called me and said, hey, like this is not happened to the car, and I was like, well, come back, ni pedo. And I know he got like not butthurt, like said we throw it away, you know, but like, hey, that's just a part of having a car. You know, you gotta keep like having a car is a big responsibility. You know, you gotta check the oil, check this and that, tune up the car once in a while. That is your transportation from point A to point B. You know, and I would have told me to take my car, but I still need to do all kinds of maintenance on my car.
Exactly.
Like my car to me, like, dude, take it if you want to go ahead, but I still have to do that maintenance first before you're taking it. But I want him to learn too, you know?
They're not going to learn if you help them out all the way. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, dude, I just love being an older brother. I love to fucking, you know, give him the advice that he needs and be there for him and look after him. And then I just gotta tie the knot one time and he go spread your own wings, you know, start your own family.
I feel like that's what I got out of being a big brother too. Like, I got to experience most of it, man. I told you, like, everything that he's going through now, I've already been through it. So it's a lot easier when you have someone that's been through it that can help you out, guide you through it, rather than kind of go through it on your own. When you go through it on your own, it is what it is. It sucks because you really don't have no one to talk about it to it, but that's how it is.
Well, man, this is episode 7 with Hector Lopez. And my cameraman has to leave. But thank you, bro, for coming to an episode. We finally got it done after how many fucking years that we talked about it. So I want you to be part of the team too. So when we get that other place where you're living, I'm going to have a whole room for the podcast. and I want you to be with us. That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, I want you to be part of the Cambros. Obviously, not a Camarillo, but you know, you be part of the crew.
It'd
So
be
it's like,
Cambros and Hex with a little sticky note.
yeah, a little sticky note right there on the side. But yeah, bro, thank you for coming, and let's go out. Let's go get some dollar margaritas.
Yeah, I was told. What was it? Britney Spears is gonna be here.
Nah, get
No?
chill.
Yeah, just kidding.
All right, pues, way.
All right, bro.
Thank you for showing up and having this awesome podcast with us. And thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Ready?